Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world where the money in your wallet, the savings you've been holding onto for years, have suddenly been transformed. The numbers on those bank statements, the value of that foreign currency you invested in, have fundamentally, irrevocably shifted. This is not a drill, and this is not a theoretical economic exercise. What I am about to tell you is the culmination of years of speculation, anticipation, and now, finally, official confirmation. The Central Bank of Iraq has broken its silence, and the announcement is more profound than anyone in the financial analyst community could have ever predicted. We are not just looking at a minor adjustment or a simple revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, we are witnessing the deliberate, calculated dismantling of the old financial system that has held Iraq back for decades, and its replacement with a new, robust, and internationally recognized currency framework, set to be fully operational by 2025. The implications of this are so vast, so deeply interconnected with global economics, that it's difficult to even comprehend the full scope. For years, the term RV or revaluation has been whispered in online forums, discussed in hushed tones among investors, and dismissed by mainstream media as a fantasy. But today, those whispers have become a roar. The central bank's live announcement, which we are breaking down for you right now, confirms that the project to delete the zeros from the Iraqi dinar is not just on the table, it is in its final stages of execution. This means the current banknotes, with their astronomically high denominations, will be phased out and replaced with new, lower denomination notes that hold significantly more value per unit. Think about that for a moment. The primary reason many international investors and even everyday Iraqis struggled with the currency was its unwieldy nature. Carrying millions of dinar for simple transactions was not just impractical, it was a symbol of an inflated, weakened currency. The central bank's confirmation directly addresses this core issue, signaling a monumental shift from a post-conflict, unstable monetary system to one that is designed for stability, international trade, and, most importantly, global confidence. This isn't happening in a vacuum. This move is strategically timed with Iraq's broader economic recovery plans, its increasing oil production independence, and its growing political stability. The country is slowly but surely shedding the skin of its turbulent past and is ready to step onto the world stage as a legitimate economic player. The central bank is ensuring that its financial tools are ready for that role. The confirmation we received today isn't just about numbers on a page, it's about national pride, economic sovereignty, and sending a clear, unambiguous message to the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and foreign investors that Iraq is open for business, but on its own terms. With its own strong, valuable currency. The shockwaves from this announcement will first be felt in the foreign exchange markets, but they will quickly ripple outwards, affecting everything from the price of crude oil to the geopolitical balance of power in the Middle East. A financially strong Iraq is a completely different entity on the world stage, and that new reality begins with this single, confirmed, and shocking announcement from the highest financial authority in the nation. So, what does this confirmed 2025 roadmap actually entail for you, the investor, and for the global market? Let's peel back the layers of this historic announcement. The central bank's statement meticulously outlines a phased approach, a carefully orchestrated transition designed to avoid the chaos that can sometimes accompany such a monumental monetary policy shift. The first phase, which is already quietly underway, involves the mass production and secure distribution of the new currency notes. These aren't just new pieces of paper, they are embedded with state-of-the-art security features that rival the euro and the US dollar, making counterfeiting nearly impossible and instantly boosting the currency's credibility. The second phase, set to begin in late 2024, will be a public awareness campaign of an unprecedented scale within Iraq, educating every citizen on how to exchange their old dinars for the new ones, the timeframe for doing so, and the exact exchange rate that will be applied. This is critical because it prevents panic and ensures a smooth, orderly transition. Now, let's talk about the most critical element, the rate. While the central bank has not publicly stated a specific, fixed number in this initial announcement, their language strongly implies a rate that will bring the Iraqi dinar in line with its true, underlying value, a value backed by one of the world's largest proven oil reserves and a rapidly diversifying economy. Analysts who have parsed the technical documents referenced in the announcement suggest that the new rate will not be a mere decimal point shift, but a substantive revaluation that reflects Iraq's actual economic potential, a potential that has been suppressed for 2 decades due to war and sanctions. This is the core of the RV report, the realization that the market has been grossly mispricing the dinar, and this administrative action is the mechanism to correct that historic mispricing. For the international investment community, this creates a window of opportunity that is, frankly, unprecedented in modern financial history. We are looking at the potential for a controlled, government-mandated appreciation of an asset. Think of it as a reset button being pressed on an entire national currency. The process of deleting the zeros is the technical method, but the outcome is a revaluation in the truest sense of the word. The central bank is effectively creating a strong foundation upon which Iraq's future economy will be built. An economy that is less susceptible to inflation and far more attractive for foreign direct investment. This confirmation also puts to rest the endless debates and skepticism. This is no longer a rumor from a guru or a leaked document of dubious origin. This is the official, live, and on-the-record confirmation from the Central Bank of Iraq itself. The countdown to 2025 is now official, and every financial decision made from this point forward, both within Iraq and by those watching from abroad, must be viewed through the lens of this new, confirmed reality. The landscape has changed, the rules have been rewritten, and the opportunity for those who understood the long game is now materializing in real time. Now, with all of this earth-shattering information laid out, the single most important question remains: what do you do right now? The period between this confirmation and the full implementation in 2025 is the most critical window you will ever have. This is not the time for hesitation or for waiting for another news cycle to confirm what has already been confirmed. The initial, subtle movements in the currency's value on the international forex platforms will begin almost immediately, as the large institutional players and the so-called smart money start positioning themselves for the transition. By the time the mainstream financial news headlines catch on, the most significant part of the opportunity may have already passed. Your action plan must be clear, precise, and executed with conviction. First and foremost, this official confirmation means you must verify the legitimacy of your own holdings. Ensure that any Iraqi dinar you possess is authentic and sourced from a reputable, licensed dealer. The last thing you want is to be holding counterfeit notes when the exchange process begins. Secondly, you need to become an information sponge. The Central Bank of Iraq will be releasing more detailed bulletins, technical documents, and official timelines. You need to be following those primary sources directly, not just relying on second-hand interpretations. This channel will be your hub for translating those complex announcements into actionable intelligence, so make sure you have the notification bell turned on and are checking every new upload. Third, and this is crucial, you must begin having conversations with your financial advisor, your accountant, and your bank. Do not wait. You need to understand the tax implications, the process for exchanging a foreign currency in large volumes, and the logistics of how you will convert your new asset into your local currency when the time is right. Being prepared on the administrative front is just as important as being prepared on the informational front. The coming months will be filled with volatility, excitement, and undoubtedly, more attempts by naysayers to create doubt. You must anchor yourself to the one undeniable fact we have today: the Central Bank of Iraq has confirmed the change. The journey that so many of you started years ago, through all the uncertainty and the noise, has now reached its most definitive moment. This is the validation you have been waiting for. The story of the Iraqi dinar is no longer a story of if, but a story of when and how. You are now witnessing financial history in the making, a rare event where the foundational value of a nation is being formally recognized and recalibrated for the world to see. Your patience, your belief, and your strategic positioning are about to be tested in the most rewarding way imaginable. The path to 2025 is now clear, and it is paved with the official declarations of the very institution that controls the currency. The shock announcement has been made. The confirmation is live. The report is real. The only variable that remains is what you decide to do with this information. The future of your financial freedom is no longer a distant dream, it is a 2025 reality that has just been set in motion by the central bank itself. Do not be a spectator in your own financial story. The time for action is not tomorrow or next week, the time for action is now.